Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game number 3 between Idra and TT1. We are all tied up 1-1 right now, and I'm excited for this game. This time we are on the Shatter Temple. Here is Idra spawning in the 9 o'clock position as our green Zerg player, and in the 3 o'clock we do have got TT1 as our blue Protoss player. So yes, tied up 1-1 last game. TT1 making a comeback after his loss in the first game. Just some very nice play, spotting Idra's quick third, managed to take that out with a strong Zealot push, and then in addition to that, faking a third expansion, canceling it off, and then pushing up against Idra. Idra just wasn't prepared for it, so great play there by TT1. TT1 again with the Forge Fast Expand. He is just loving it, and I am too. I think it's a really, really fun build. Personally, whenever I play Protoss and I get a Zerg opponent, it's probably one of my favorite. It's much more difficult, obviously, on maps of this nature that don't have a small opening to the expansion, just like Shakur's Plateau has got that small opening into your expansion. Much more difficult here to pull off a Forge Fast Expand just because you've got so much more area to cover and you can't get a full wall off, or not reasonably at least, and the cannons really have to worry about so much more surface area. So let's take a look at Idra. He has been opening a pool, extractor, hatchery, and then roach warren, and that's pretty much been his opening for the past 2 games. So let's take a look as to whether or not he decides to do the same thing this game. Ooh, did you see that? The drone was moving out to what looked to be an expansion, but in spotting the probe, pulled him back and dropped that spawning pool. So Idra may very well have been trying to go for that 15 hatch, but in seeing the fact that that probe scout was there, decided, let me open up with 1 base, let's play it safe. And that's really the big concern when you go pool extractor before hatch. It's just the safer build. It helps you deal with the pylon harass or possible cannon harass at your expansion, especially against a Protoss player who loves to Forge Fast Expand. Getting cannons at your expansion if you were to drop 15 hatch is very likely and very threatening as well. So yeah, if you didn't get scouted out, you know, we may have seen, if he hadn't gotten scouted out, we may have seen Idra drop that hatch first, but again, spotting that probe, decided, gonna play it safe. That seems like a much better idea. So back over here for TT1, the Forge is coming on through. He did go Nexus first with that scout, spotting the fact that he wasn't worried about anything. There wasn't a 6 pool or an 8 pool or 10 pool or anything nutso like that. So yeah, did go Nexus first, then the Forge, and then I do expect to see the Gateway Cybernetics Core. And actually, he may not even have to drop the Cyber Core. Yeah, I think that might be the wall off right there. That looks like it may be the case. It's still deceptive because with this warping in, you can't really see the fullness of it. But there we go. With that cannon, now has that full wall off there in that little corner, if you will. Back over here, what is going on? Probe dancing around trying to avoid that Zergling. Did get spotted though while grabbing the Xel'Naga. Right now Idra is aware of that probe kind of meandering about in that corner. We do have a couple of probes here transferring on over to that expansion as well. And yeah, just with 1 cannon right now, and actually no, that's not a full wall off. We just saw those probes walk right through there, so hopefully TT1 remedies that because Zerglings can still sneak on through. Now, it might not be the best of decisions though. Idra would obviously take damage from that cannon, but that option is still there if Idra decides to take advantage of it. We've got 1 queen up, 2nd queen coming through as well. I think Idra just, yep, sitting with the 2 Zerglings. As I mentioned in the prior game, this is just one of those nuances. You know, you find out kind of the best thing, the best way of opening and making subtle changes. And actually, yes, I think TT1 is obviously now fully aware of that. And there we go, now finally finishing that wall off. So the pros will be forced around here, and any Zerglings would have to run all the way around in order to get up into the main. There is Zergling number 2, Zergling number 1 sitting here at the Xel'Naga Tower. Idra coming out with that super quick layer here at that expansion layer before he even bothers with that Roach Warren. Very, very nice. Let's. I'm really interested right now to see what Idra decides to do. Why is the layer at the expansion? This makes your expansion a lot more durable, protects you against strong early pushes. It's more likely to keep that alive when it has a lot more hit points with a transfuse or 2. It's just, yeah, a lot more durable. That's basically the idea behind it. Metabolic boost just now starting right now. Idra scouting out the front of TT1's base. He wants to see when and if some pressure does come right now. Looks like we will be sitting on a total of 3 photon cannons here for defense early game for TT1. Should be seeing some sentries come into play sometime soon as well. Getting those force fields to help reinforce that wall or add some additional momentary temporary walls can help against early strong Zergling pressure. TT1 again, that Warp Gate research coming out with a few extra assimilators right now as well. So getting ready to transfer into a more Vespian heavy army composition. And here comes a Hydroden and a Nidus Worm. Look at that. Obviously that is nothing that I expected. Crazy fast Nidus Worm here for Idra. He has got the Overlord in place, ready to grant himself some vision. Another Overlord chillaxing over here, hiding behind this shrubbery, and he will be used again for that additional vision for trying to get some warp in. So I am, oh boy, I'm really excited to see this Nidus Worm come into play. We can see that is so close to finish. So we're going to be seeing Speedling, Hydra, super fast Nidus push. This is, I need to make a strategy video out of this because this is going to be nuts. Let's see how effective it ends up being, though. Obviously, fully expecting him to put that Nidus right into the main. And there we go, Overlord moving into position. The Nidus is finished. So let's see that creation come on through. Idra, there we go. Here comes the Nidus right now, and I don't think TT1 knows about it. Look at that perfect spotting there. Fully out of the vision of TT1, so the Nidus just about to pop. And let's listen to the noise. Oh, that is scary. Zerglings streaming right up in the main. These gateways aren't even finished. Zerglings, some queens in there as well, and Hydras, and this is scary for TT1. He is going to be losing at least a couple of these gateways. He just has no units right now. He's moving forward with 2 Stalkers and a Sentry, and that is not enough. Trying to turn those into Warp Gates to get some Warp Ins quickly. This one will not be utilized. The Pylon gets dropped, unpowering this gateway as well. He has only got 1 powered Warp Gate right now. I think he's got a second. No, that's not even a Warp Gate over there. He's just far too distracted. And Idra with some crazy nuts aggression early game. That quick Nidus Worm. This is too much damage for TT1 to deal with. Really, I do not see how he can recover from this. Those Hydras, the DPS is insane. Using those Speedlings to get us around and hold those units in place as well allows those Hydras to catch up, and TT1 just calls the GG. Once more, TT1 opened up this game with a Forge Fast Expand. Idra opened up again with 1 base into expansion, but more notably going for a very fast layer at his natural. Idra's quick layer allowed him to come out with a very fast Hydra Den and Nidus network before the 8-minute in-game mark. This placed Idra in TT1's base before his gateways finished. Obviously planned, got his timing down perfectly, allowed him to move on in with these Speedlings and Hydras, a Queen there to spread creep as well, just before those gateways finished. And we're going to see actually Idra is able to drop this Pylon, unpower these gateways, kill off a few of these as well. And this is just such a strong hit. It's so much aggression so early on that there was really nothing that TT1 could do to defend against it. So thank you guys so much for watching. What a great game number 3. Hopefully you guys enjoy the commentary. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Stay tuned for game number 4. Thanks so much, guys. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.